Hey, it's Monday night at 8 p.m., which means it's time for another episode of FM Rager. Woo! I'm your host, Connor Clifton, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Ned Gale. Ned, how the heck are you?
I can't do the applause thing that I usually do. Shit. Wait for it.
This is why you bring your other phone.
We're back.
We have extra phones. Should we make one a dedicated upstream phone or updeck phone?
Yeah, I think I need to make the other one. This one was already connected to this laptop. Folks, we got a different computer setup going right now.
We got a different computer setup because, as we said in the last episode and at our show this weekend, which we'll get to, we're not roommates anymore.
It's true.
So,
I don't live here.
Yeah. Which means there's going to be some fucking changes around
There's
here.
going to be some changes around here.
Oh, wow. I noticed you're wearing your shoes in my dining room. No, so yeah, we're it's a little bare bones today. We've got some new gifts, as you can see at the bottom, but we don't have all gifts.
Yes. Not all gifts are available. That's only for premium subscribers. No. Man, our logo's real fucking small up there.
If you're in the chat,
eyeballing it.
If you can spot all 12 differences, we'll give you a
from
prize.
Last show.
Yeah. Sup, boys? Hey, Necromancy, thanks for tuning in.
Boy.
Hoping you're at home and relaxing and not at the office watching this on the clock. But if you are, that's very punk of you.
That's very cool. And get your other coworkers to tune in as well so they can boost our numbers.
I like the light bulb up top. It is nice, isn't it?
I think you're talking about the light bulb GIF from the standby
Oh.
screen.
All right.
But that light bulb up there is pretty good. I actually changed it. You know, I actually still have the LED control for this light bulb in your house that I don't live in anymore. Something to think about.
Just drive by my house and turn it on. If you could increase the size of the chat in the lower...
Yeah, it's tiny, ain't it?
Yeah. And there seems to be a grain on the camera, but is that normal?
I think it's because it's dark. We don't have the lamp that we normally have over here, so we're dealing with a little less light.
Yeah, that's now the bathroom lamp.
Here, let me give us a test right here. Test in the chat. That's a little better, but I'll fucks with this.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be figuring it out. We're also gonna hopefully do that Effin Rager at your home tour that we talked about.
Yeah, this is an official thing. We will be doing this show. The build up there is real high light. Okay, interesting. Since we don't have a permanent place to do this show, we are asking you, your listeners, or our listeners,
our viewers,
to forfeit your house. No, if you would like us to do the show in your living room or wherever in your place, we'd love to do it there. I think it'd be cool to do a little Houston tour.
We'll make an official post soon. The only real requirement is that you have like a good internet connection.
Or bad. We can deal with that, too. We've dealt with it several times.
We will roast you on the stream for your shit internet. Yeah, we'll do it.
And the next Effin Rager zine, you'll be ranked by how fast your internet is.
Yeah, we'll make a zine about our tour thoughts, a collection of tour memories, and that'll be one of the things that we...
yeah, it's one page of good memories and then about 10 pages of complaints.
Anyway, how are you, Necromancy? You doing good today? We got some people in the chat. Sound off. Say hello. Can't be any more rank than you two. Hey, maybe it's not that cool that Necromancy's at home watching the show.
He JK'd. He's okay.
All right, Ned. Now that we're not roomies, there's a question that I ask in all earnestness.
Yeah.
How's your freaking week been?
Good. Today it rained a lot, so it was all right.
It did. It's been raining all week.
Yeah.
It's been raining, I feel like, every day.
It's been raining.
Yeah, it's been raining. Mold counts high in Houston because it's been raining so much.
God,
get an air purifier if you don't have one. If you're coughing a lot, it may not be COVID, but it also might be COVID. So get a test. If it's negative, it might be mold.
Do a COVID swab in one nostril and a mold test. One of those home mold tests in the other.
What you do is you shoot some mucus on a slice of bread and let it sit for a few days. And if it molds over, it's just mold.
And if Connor eats it before it molds over,
it's good bread.
you got a hungry Connor. No, it's good. This weekend, what did I do? Friday night, hung around at the house. Candace and I's friends Nick and Brooke are moving to L.A. in a week. So we kind of spent a lot of the weekend hanging with them. Saturday night after our show, went to their house and had an all-nighter little party. It was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then,
Oh, yeah. Go
oh,
ahead.
what were you gonna ask me?
Oh, I was gonna say, what would you do on Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Angel and I just kind of putted around the house and unpacked. We didn't really do much of anything.
That's been Friday was like they came over to the house and then just kind of watched us scramble around the house, being like, let me move this real quick. This light shouldn't be here.
And then Saturday, buddy Alec came into town.
Yeah.
And we did some furniture building.
Future reading pager guest.
Whenever. We got to do it sometimes. And if we do a movie screening, they're releasing that Hunter Biden film. Breitbart Film Studios is releasing a political thriller about Hunter Biden.
I have not seen the trailer yet, but I saw it was going around to critical acclaim.
Imagine the conservative version of the trailer to Oliver Stone's W. And in that trailer for Oliver Stone's W, there's a line spoken by Oliver Cromwell playing George H.W. Bush to Josh Brolin's George W. Bush. He says, You're a Bush, not a Kennedy. Act like it. And in this trailer,
wait, can we watch the trailer? Would that be too much? Or
of the Hunter Biden one?
Yeah, is it a long trailer or anything?
It is not a long trailer. Let's pull it up and
Okay.
keep in mind what I just said. No, it's you're a Bush, not a Kennedy. And keep that in mind as we watch this.
Okay, cool.
We'll have Gina Carano up top, and I don't know. Let's see.
What's the movie called again?
Lawrence Fox plays Hunter Biden, and I believe John Jones played Joe Biden.
Oh,
and
My Son Hunter.
The casting director on this, or whoever made the casting calls, I highly disagree.
Hey, it's not always about the look, Connor. It's sometimes about the feel.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, we're watching the trailer.
Let's let me
Hang tight. We're
turn
gonna
off
watch
the
the trailer
song.
for My Son Hunter, which feels like Joe Biden might.
Boy.
Start it over.
The boy.
Wait, that was it? Well, that's no fun.
No,
Is there an extended trailer here?
go to mysonhunter.com.
This better not be a nasty website.
You've heard of MILF Hunter. Now look, check out a Son Hunter. All right,
Okay.
here we go.
So I'll tell you what's going down.
You know who I am.
They told me you were VIP. Well connected to the government.
What kind of a moron forgets to pick up his laptop at a repair shop? You're a Biden. Act like one. Everything he built
There it
in
is.
life, I just ruined it all. I want to know everything that's on that laptop that can ruin my erection. My friends, it's time to party!
Didn't you know I'm taking control? I make an appearance and I gotta go, cause I get them dancing with their hands up. Yeah, I walk in and they go bananas. I'm a bad, yeah.
I'm an artist.
And they're cheering my
Tell me how I can help you.
But I don't deserve help. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've been through worse.
You're the smartest man I know. Thanks, Dad. I just wish I could smack some sense into you. I'll never forget Corn Pop. He was a bad dude. No joke. Dad, we were talking about suffering.
I can't seem to
Dude, is
find
Corn Pop
anything
in
but
this
positive
movie?
stuff on the Bidens.
Who's the point man for the foreign policy in the Obama regime?
Joe Biden. So it looks like you need $1 billion.
So the obvious next question is,
Where's Hunter? I can remember getting paid some money, but I can't remember what for. Well, my dad says we never
Dude,
discussed
God
my
bless a
business
movie where the
history
character's just talking
or my
straight to the
comics.
camera the whole time.
what's happening in there? Joe's in on it.
You had everything, Hunter, and you threw it all away. You hope the laptop will take down everybody with you.
The only time that looks like Joe Biden is when he's wearing sunglasses. Agreed.
They're not bad folks. I love my dad, and I just want to make him proud. I am the one who brings in all the deals. I am the one. The boy.
I'm sorry to say this, but that looks badass.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
I mean, I think it's really funny, and yes, K-Rages, you're 100% correct. What I think is very funny about this is that Gina Carano signs on to the thinking, I'm going to take down Joe Biden in this movie, but she's in a weird psychosexual scene of like Joe Biden kissing her neck, and like she's just like orgasmically enjoying it, which is very funny to me. Yeah, I'd love to watch that movie. I'd love to rip it apart. I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It looks better than Vice, Adam McKay's movie.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine
Necromancy saying our audio dipped again.
Well, what the fuck is that about? Here,
Con is very quiet. We were having that issue earlier. Okay, we'll turn my mic up a little bit.
You should be good here.
Maybe my...
Are you, Here, give us a test now. How is this?
Test.
Starting now, how is this?
I am talking now. That's good.
That's good. Okay, cool.
Sorry, maybe our wires are getting bad, or we're like pulling too hard on the connectors or something.
Who knows? These days,
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
All right. So, hey, sound off in the chat if you'd like us to. We could actually have
sound off in the chat if the sound is off.
Yes, please throughout the show, please do that. But I think we could have future friend of the show on Reading Pager, Alec, roast that movie with us.
Have Alec on Reading Pager to review a movie. We do one episode on a book, and then the next episode's on movies.
Sounds like a dang gate. What? I prefer the sequel, Oliver Stone's L. That's very funny. Wait, not sure if it's a gate, but the audio seems to get quieter during the middle of y'all talking. Okay, so what's an audio gate?
It shouldn't be on here right now. I can tell you that. I can turn the compressor off.
Okay.
I might have to do something with it. I don't know.
All right, I said the phrase audio gate. Do you think Necromancy is going to have some kind of joke about like an audio scandal?
I could put on some gated reverb. Do you want that?
No.
Let's try some gated reverb. Yo, does it sound cool?
No, it's very loud.
Yeah, that effect is super loud.
All right. Okay, we gotta speed through our weekend because
we gotta
get.
Wow, already at 14.
We also had a show.
Yeah,
on
that's
Saturday.
right. Effin Rager was live again.
Yes, and we found out the hard way. Not living together changes the flow.
We gotta plan more.
Yeah, we pitched a lot of great bits, but
we didn't think them through.
We didn't rehearse
We didn't
them.
figure out how to connect them. We missed maybe one or two and just kind of zipped by them.
Yeah, so now we got to do some more planning and rehearsing, it seems.
But if he came out, thank you so much. It was really fun. We had a great time with Maria, constant friend of the show, eternal friend of the show.
Eternal friend of the show. And we were able to talk about the Zine Fest Telethon, which is going to be on Wednesday, September 14th.
Yep, I wish I had that graphic.
On twitch.tv/ZineFest Houston, so you could be there for that. Hopefully we can. And we did a live action. We did a live action Calling Quest, which, if you've watched the past two or three Calling Quests, they haven't been great. And I think we found our footing again.
Yeah, we used a dice this time, which really set it off.
Yeah. And then one other thing we did is I wasn't there for this, unfortunately, but we had Neo Benchy this past week, and we were able to raise $120 for About Houston. So thank each and every one of y'all for coming out. Creative community building is very important to us, and it really shows that the community that we have built really cares about each other, really cares about other people, and means the world to us. I'm sure it means a lot to Avow, Texas, and thank you to each and every one of you.
Yeah,
from the
absolutely.
bottom of
I
my
wish
heart.
you could have been there. It's turning into a nice show. Like the crowd that came out, there's a lot of repeats from last show that weren't at the first show. You know what I mean? Like the regulars are starting to form. Yeah. And it's great.
That first show was really full of a bunch of fucking scenesters who were just happy that we were
Everyone
back.
there just wanted a taste.
Yeah, and where were you at the next one?
Yeah, exactly.
You better be at the next one, which will be on September 27th. Got to call PJ and confirm that tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fourth Tuesday. It seems what we're going for.
But also, you can come to one and not come to others if you want to. No one's stopping you.
Yeah, we'll just throw you on that new Effin Rager zine of like fake fucks in the scene.
Yeah, maybe that's what just Effin Rager or Effin Pager 3. Some complaints. It's just like the whole fucking like What's with the fucking bathroom at Brazil? Everything's loud in there.
The staff is rude.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick said he sent a graphic in. Do you want to pop that up real quick?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, we'd save for the plug section.
All right, yeah,
That's
we'll
what
save
it's
it for the
for.
plug. Right now, why don't we go ahead and get our guest on?
Yeah. Well, so we'll be right back. Where's that thing? There it is.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. We are now back. Your guest tonight, you may have seen him around in Houston at various shows. You may have signed or seen some of his drawbooks. You may have seen his Instagram, The Art of Ceilings, which showcases ceilings around Houston, Texas. Or you may have heard one of his Kajillion albums. Please give a warm welcome to Sean Penalber. Hey.
Hello, Internet.
Hey, Sean. How you doing today?
Awesome. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing all right, you know. It's kind of a gloomy Monday, but we're making the most of it.
I feel you. I understand.
Mm-hmm. So, why don't we go ahead and get into the meat of everything? We talk about parties on this show. So, Sean, what is the first party that you remember attending?
The first party that I can remember attending would probably be one of my own growing up. I mean, I remember, looking at photos and seeing, like, really young things, like when you're a baby smashing cake in your face. But the first thing that I can, like, remember is I threw a pirate-themed birthday party, and everyone dressed up as pirates and everything. And the thing I remember most is my mom, I guess, had hired a magician or something. But the only
Classic
thing
pirate.
I can remember is they did that trick where they, like, open this pot and there's, like, nothing in it. And they're like, oh, look, there's nothing in here. And then they close it. And when they opened it back up, there was those, like, white and pink frosted animal crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And it was just, like, full to the brim. And then all of us kids, we went crazy and just ate those things. And so...
Holy shit. I thought it was going to be like a balloon or a shitty dog.
No, it was a pot
rocks.
full of candy crackers, like, it was delicious.
And the magician was cool with y'all eating them. He wasn't like, I need those.
I have a 5 o'clock.
Yeah, no, they're amazing.
Well, that sounds like a good party. Do you remember any of the presents you got besides the magician?
I don't. I also am now vaguely remembering a toy sword fight between everybody. And
Lost a lot of
my
friends.
the girl I had my first crush on being there.
Oh,
And that's
Did you stab her?
yeah, that's what I thought you were
we were
doing.
all waiting. It's like, what happened? That's
right.
cool. I didn't have any themed parties growing up for birthday parties, and like I feel like a pirate theme would have been so up my freaking alley.
I had one theme, and one day I have the DVD, so we can rip it and possibly show it on the show sometime.
Hell yeah.
But I have a Mario themed party, and I had like a Bowser pinata, a Mario cake, and I was wearing like a Mario sweatshirt and sweatpants, and there's a really great theme of like everyone had those Groucho Marx glasses, and was like, I'm not wearing them, and my dad's filming it. And everyone who comes by, every single person goes, oh, I see Mike's got his on already. And by the end of it, his dad, my grandpa shows up and says it. My dad's like, and then there's an odd hour gap in the time code on the video.
aliens came.
Yeah. So, Sean, what about parties you've thrown, or have you hosted any parties since that are pretty memorable?
So I haven't thrown one in a long time, but for a while in high school and some in college, I was known for what would be called Penalber Paloozas.
Hey,
I like that.
And I had one for 7 years in a row, and they just got bigger and bigger. And then we started doing New Year's parties as well. And the last one that we ever did was when we were in college. We threw this huge New Year's party, and random people showed up. Like, they were like, hey, we heard about this party. And they basically like crashed it. And like, no one knew who they were. And so that's when it kind of got a little weird. And we were like, okay, things are getting a little too big. And then we just never had one again. But
Damn.
I'm thinking of bringing the Penalber Palooza back
oh yeah.
next year.
All
what?
right.
So you said this got bigger every year. Like, what are you adding to the party each year? How are you heightening this party? Because like clearly you can't just have the same beer pong table every year. It's got to be something larger.
So even before alcohol, so like like I was saying, it started in high school. My mom would like make so many snacks. Like I'm talking about like pizza rolls, bagel bites, taquitos, like all the stuff that you would see at your like nice high school party, I guess. And then we had a chocolate fountain, which is one of the best Sam's purchases. It was $40 at Sam's, and we still have it in the garage. And it's one of the best party favors of all time.
Damn, that's great. I would have sucked one of those taquitos dry and just used it as a straw, getting up in that chocolate fountain. Ugh.
That's end of the night activities. Absolutely.
Well, okay, so can you put anything else through that fountain, or is it just like built for chocolate? Because I'm trying to think of like, if you had a party now, what's going to be in the blank fountain? What are you showcasing on this thing?
It would probably still be chocolate, but
Chocolate.
I'm sure if it had the right viscosity, that's really all it takes. Like it has to be the right consistency of like, it's not too liquid, but it's not too hard.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just going up this like spiral in the center and then spilling out over the top.
I'm thinking of like, I would love a queso fountain, but already I'm thinking the problem there is if you had a chunk of a tomato or a pepper, it'd like get caught and then just like queso would spurt out like Old Faith.
I think that would work
Spindle
really.
top.
Like as long as like the chunks weren't like huge.
Yeah.
Like I think that would actually be the right consistency.
Is there a way? I'm a big Sonic fan. The restaurant. If you could get like a Nerds Blasted slush through there, so there's like slushy coming out of it.
Wait, that
that's
is
just
not
like
what it's called.
the Kevin Durant Lemonberry Nerd Blasted slush.
That
That's
sounds
right,
so
that's right.
good. Have you guys tried the Sour Patch Kids one?
No. Is it good?
What's up?
It's good, but I remember now I saw another episode where Connor was talking about there's that like stuff in Sour Patch Kids and Skittles.
Yep, titanium dioxide.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I forgot
so-
about that.
It
I
gives
was
you
killing
brain
myself.
damage. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the deadliest thing you can get at Sonic.
Yeah, not the chili cheese wrap.
Yeah, my brother worked at Chili and he's at Sonic, and he said you got to stir the chili every 5 minutes, or it like rapidly separates. And if you've gotten chili from Sonic, I'm sure you can see it start to separate in your hot dog or whatever.
If you don't stir it fast enough, it becomes sentient and starts working for you.
Sean, do you have a chili, fast food chili policy? Because I can only think of Sonic, Dairy Queen, and Wendy's that do chili.
That's basically all that's running through my head as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Let me search fast food chilies online.
Unless you go to like a barbecue place or something,
Yeah, yeah.
Are you talking about like a fast food, like a Bill Miller barbecue?
Drive in.
Yeah, maybe.
Drive into Texas Roadhouse and grab some chili.
Sonic. Let's see. Yeah, no.
Maybe
that's all I'm
Checkers?
seeing. Checkers probably has some. chili.
Checkers, definitely. Checkers. You
Yeah.
can get chili cheese fries.
And James Coney Island, yeah. There are no more open James Coney Islands inside the
Yeah,
loop.
in the loop. There's still.
In the
I think the
loop,
Clear
yeah.
Lake one is still open. I might.
The one in
take a
Sugarland
trip
closed
there.
down as well.
Damn.
That's sucks.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a list right here. Let's check this out.
A list of chili
Top 6
cheese.
best fast food chilies to order at the drive-thru. Coming in.
Culver's.
Culver's.
I don't know if y'all have ever been to Culver's. There's one in the Woodlands, and it is
Really?
incredible.
Nice.
I would definitely be down for a Culver's trip.
Arby's chili. What the fuck?
Chipotle
What?
chili?
Arby's got the meat and the chilies?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wendy's Taco Bell chili cheese burrito. I don't
this
think
is
that
full.
counts.
That's a
no,
stretch.
I don't like this list.
Burger King's chili cheese bites.
But I am gonna Google Arby's.
That's like a
chili.
soup dumpling. Wait,
think not-
Necromancy says Arby's chilies go hard, and also he asked the one on Shepherd Richmond closed. Yes, Necromancy, that one closed, but they had a sign on it that said every single employee at this James Coney Island was given
was shot on site.
was given a position at a different James Coney Island.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
That's nice.
yeah, hopefully it was accessible enough that they could still get to their job. But it is a shame that they shut down.
Yeah.
But it also goes to show that it's this weird fast food magic that the moment you get outside the loop, fast food gets 10 times better.
What do you mean? The McDonald's next to the Greyhound is different than the McDonald's in Clear Lake?
I'm saying like a suburb Taco Bell is miles above the Taco Bell at
they
U of
actually
H.
have the beans you order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about party style. When you're at a party, how do you prefer to get down? How do you prefer to party with everyone?
What's your vibe?
Ooh, man. So really, it depends on the party. There was a time in my life, shortly after Drawbook had started, where I was a part of a community of friends in Sugarland called the Sugarland Party Patrol.
Uh-oh.
We would literally just like on weekends, sometimes even weeknights, when it's like, hey, what's going on? We would just go online or reach out to everybody and be like, hey, where's the party at? And then we would just go to it. And so my style was kind of that. And then I would do Drawbook. And so I now and then I like to just like meet people,
Yeah.
I like to go up to the different groups of people who like, if I see someone who's kind of just standing there, not really doing much, kind of just being a little introverted, I'll try to go up and be like, hey, what's up? Let's bring the energy in a way.
Yeah.
Drawing this thing.
Can you explain Drawbook real quick for those who don't know it?
So for everyone listening, I have been running a project since 2012 called Drawbook. You can find it at drawbook.net, though the new website is not complete, and so I have to re-upload everything. And so I am looking for someone who is proficient in WordPress to help me out with that, because the people I hired for the website kind of just made that basic core that you see and then left.
It's a pretty exciting looking website. I haven't been to it since you updated it. It's real clean looking.
Once it's complete, it's going to look so good. It's going to have everything that I do, not just Drawbook.
Man.
Are
there some of the books on here? Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
There's the first and second book, I believe.
Very cool.
And I'm only going to be doing double pages now. But currently, for everyone listening, there are up to 64 books. It's over 14,000 original works of art from anyone and everyone, thus making it technically one of the largest collections of art in the United States.
Dang.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And it's just
I'm in it.
this huge sociological project as well.
It's very cool. I think that might be how we met at Beta Theater.
Yep.
Yeah.
Through Drawbook.
Yeah.
And like,
Same here.
I think that was the majority of my interactions with you when we first met was just like, hey, what's up? You want to draw? Like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like one of the greatest icebreakers that I ever like came up with, because it just gets me in that door. You draw something, we connect on it for a moment, and then we either see each other again later on or we don't. But like just that in that moment, we've both created something.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the goal is to grow from there.
Yeah.
What have you had like magnificent experiences with Drawbook or any not so magnificent? Like have you had anyone be hostile about it?
Oh man. So there has been plenty of magnificent opportunities. The couple I can think of is like I have plenty of celebrities that have drawn in Drawbooks over the years. The most recent being I got to meet Hot Chip after their concert.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's my favorite band. And so the only person that I didn't get was Felix Martin, who wasn't there because he just had a kid. And Al Doyle just wouldn't come outside to get on the bus, and so I didn't get him before my Uber showed up. But like just meeting all the celebrities, meeting the people who were like, when you bring out the book and you're like, hey, would you do me a favor? Would you draw on this? And they're just like, oh, yes, absolutely. They're just so excited. You get the craziest, most creative things. And it's like, these things wouldn't exist otherwise.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is like being at a games night party, and I gave it to this girl who was there. And within like 20 minutes, she did this double page Attack on Titan, like fully shaded piece. It's in book 8. Like I even know what book it's in because it was just so well done. But as far as like bad experiences, there's always like the most drawn thing are dicks by far. And there's always that. There was one time this guy went through at Neil's bar. I like gave the book to this table, and then I was like talking with some other people, and this guy went through the book and just drew dicks on like everything, like everyone else's art. And that was very frustrating. And I also don't like when people will draw something and then tear out the page.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes there's art on the back of that, and now it's just gone.
Yeah.
And then there are definitely like, it's not a lot, but there are definitely like people who are like, no, I don't want to draw. No, thanks.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Which that's a fair response. I think much more fair than drawing dongs.
I think I've drawn in a few draw books, but I remember the last time I kind of completely forgot what it was, and I just like signed my name and gave it back to you. And after we left the show, I was like, oh fuck, I should have drawn like an egg with a face on it or something. I just totally. It had been so long that. And what does that say about me? Where I'm like, yeah, here you go, kid. Glad you like the show.
But that's a part of it. It's like I'm literally going for anything and everything.
Yeah.
As long as the pencil touches the page in some sort of way, you have created art and made something exist.
Thank you for saying that about my signature. I really have practiced it. But do you allow okay, so for instance, because I only put my signature on it, is that all that's going on the page? Do you allow people to build off of anything? I mean, obviously, don't draw a dick on my name, but
can I see the book?
I don't have it with me. It's in. I should have brought it. It's
I was
in the
gonna
other
draw
room.
a dick on his name.
Next time we see each other.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's still in 64. But yeah, if basically each person gets their own page, and then sometimes if I'm not actively paying attention, because I'll tell people, I'll be like, hey, draw on a blank page. But some people, they'll like see something, or they won't notice that someone had drawn somewhere, so they'll draw on the same page, which is okay, But really, that signature, that is your page, because I have 200 of these books, and so I intend to do it until either I run out of books or die, and so we'll see which one happens first.
Okay. Now I want to pivot to Art of Ceilings. It's a pretty interesting Instagram, honestly. And what it is it seems like you just tilt your phone up and take a photo of the ceiling of wherever you're at.
That's exactly what it is. I use a old Samsung Galaxy Note 3.
Specifically for this account?
Yes, specifically for the Art of Ceilings. And I've been doing Art of Ceilings for 7 years now. And where that started was I was out to eat with that Sugarland Party Patrol, and we were all at a restaurant, and I opened my phone, and Snapchat was on, and it was pointed up at the ceiling because it was on the table. And I was like, wow, that's like a really interesting shot. It kind of looked like a painting.
Yeah.
And so I took it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing this. And then I started posting them, and people were like, wow, this is really interesting. And again, I try to frame them in the way that they kind of look like a painting, because now my future intention with the project is once I finally get into oil painting, I would like to paint the series.
Hell yeah, that would be awesome.
Wow. So you're looking to get into oil painting? Are you dabbling in it for now?
I started a class with Stassi Smith at Hardy and Ed Studios a couple years ago when I was working at the Manil, but I got COVID and I had to stop. And so I just haven't been able to continue since then. But once it all aligns up again, I'm back in it.
Dude,
Great.
I love it.
Yeah. Love to see that.
There is a very good picture of my 5 houses ago ceiling. My Durhill house when I was living there with all the boys. And there's that ceiling has a really weird stripe of just like so many past utilities, and I was so happy to see it on your Instagram. I didn't even know you took the picture until like a year later. I was scrolling through it, and I was like, "No way!"
Yeah, we had an audition there, and I'll try to bring anytime I go to someplace new that I haven't been before. I'll try to bring that phone with me so that I can grab a couple of the ceilings.
I love that you have a designated phone for it.
Yeah,
is that your
it's
burner
basically
phone?
The camera.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I mean, we were just talking about we need a designated phone for Up Deck. So
That's
I
true.
guess it makes a lot of sense.
We need like an iPad or a flip phone. I don't know.
I have an old iPad too. Maybe we can fuck with it, see what it does.
Because also a reason why I have to stick with the Note 3 is the phone that I have now takes thinner photos.
Oh.
And so it changed the entire aesthetic. And so I just kept using a Note 3, and then when the battery busted on that one, I just bought a new one on Amazon.
Fuck yeah. Cool.
Very cool. All right, so let's go back to the website. We have some other projects up there we can talk about.
Yeah, now we're just going down your resume.
Yeah,
dog.
we're seeing,
Going down my thing.
I see Who'da Thunk.
Yeah, who'da thunk?
How many albums are we at, Sean?
So the year 5 anniversary of Who'da Thunk is coming up September 19th, next month. And I will be releasing albums 80 through 82.
Fuck. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
I'm very
VOCs.
excited about album 80. 81 and 82 are basically every year I do basically something called year 5 or year 4 or year 3. And it's basically I take all the albums that I did that year and I play them simultaneously.
Fuck yeah.
as an album. And then I take and that would be year 5, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's one called 5 Years where I take every album through the 5 years and play that simultaneously as well.
Fuck
and so it's kind of an expanding project of music through time.
I love that.
Wow.
What is so how would you describe I know you can't whittle it down to like it sounds like this because there's like 100 of them or 80 but what do you describe Who to Thunk like break it down for us in the elevator pitch.
So Who to Thunk is essentially a non-traditional project in the creation of music meant to inspire others to create music themselves or even just create and the goal is essentially like you can look back at my first album and see where I was then in my music producing like talents or experience, and then 5 years later you can literally and audibly hear the change in that. Now when it comes to like what genres my music is, each album is essentially and I'm bringing up my Spotify on here so we can go through like what people have described my music as. But each album is a concept album within itself, exploring different genres and types of music and just things that like come to me, things that I feel. And I would mostly describe each song as, again, it's not traditional. It's not verse, chorus, verse, bridge, so on and so forth. It's kind of just as if a wall of sound were kind of building upon you, like as if you were moving through this poetic moment. And so it makes really good background music. And then I also don't include lyrics to keep it more universal and transversal as kind of a music language so that anyone and everyone could just understand it listening to it. But overall, it's basically called what I would call spy rock because it kind of fits into every form of genre, like a spy in a way.
Okay.
But some other things that people have described it are hope punk, future funk, electro funk, passion sound, EDM, DDM, and IDM, experimental, dance, groove. I can't believe it's music, synthetic osmium, trance, psychedelic, endurance, shake your finger, output input, new jazz, jazztronica, summoning sounds, music core, and superpositional.
Okay, so you said future funk. Now,
Yes.
back in the vaporwave days, Ned and I got very into the genre future funk.
Yeah.
Can you give I mean, I'd see Ned looking at his at your work on Spotify. I kind of want to hear some future funk stuff. Can you give us is there we'll play like a short little snippet. We'll play about 30 seconds. But can you give us a recommendation of anything or do you not want to do that?
Go to Vibrations Between and Beyond, which is one of the latest albums.
Up top, I saw that one. There it is.
And then the one with the really long name. It starts Hypo.
Yep. Here, allow me to read it. Hypothermic, elastic, psycho, opposites, audio, boogie fever. I'm not logged in. Damn it.
All right, stand
Basically,
by.
if you break it down, it just means the uncontrollable urge to dance.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Oh my god, I need a wait. I'm getting a cell phone code to log into my Facebook.
Tisk tisk.
I hate this.
I disconnected my Spotify from my Facebook.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
want
didn't do
people
that.
seeing what I'm listening
I tried,
to.
so it kept asking. It's like, do you want to set up a phone number with your Facebook? I was like, no, I'd rather be hacked. It's just like it would not let me do that. Okay, I can't log into Spotify. We'll listen to the song later, I guess.
Wait, is it on
no
YouTube?
worries.
Is it on YouTube?
Is it on YouTube?
My music is available every platform worldwide.
man.
All right, copy and paste the song.
Oh yeah, I'll just search the song title on YouTube. Oh fuck, I can't do that. Okay, wait.
And I would consider it Creative Commons license as well. So you could even, if you wanted, take my music and make your own songs out of it.
You hear that, Twitch?
Yeah, yeah. Before I do anything, you hear that? Okay, wait. I'm on the album. Getting there.
There it is.
Hold
All
tight.
right.
Hold tight. Here we are.
Let's listen to a little bit of it. Okay.
This is kind of inspired by MGMT a little bit.
That's me playing it.
I love y'all's reaction to that.
Me just shooting through a portal in space, like.
This seems to be a fan favorite of a lot of my songs.
It reminds me of Tobacco.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I'm gonna turn down a tiny bit so we can talk with it. Actually, I'm gonna leave it just kind of in the background right now. This is nice. I like
This is nice. I do like this.
Don't play it too long, because
Actually, we should pause it.
It will mark you.
Yeah. And then,
Because all my stuff is under like ASCAP and everything, and
Gotcha.
published by CD Baby, and they reach out.
CD Baby. Fuck, they're gonna be fucking banging down the door in a second.
We've got.
Hey, but since you have my permission, you can literally just tell them, "Hey,
dude,
blah, blah, blah.
we've tried that before. We don't fuck with the strikes."
Well, okay. So here's the thing. In the live version, everyone can hear it, and then in the rebroadcast, we get muted and we have to contest it, and then we put it up on YouTube. We might get contested, but we can prove that we have
really
permission.
just YouTube.
Yes,
that's
and you can even hear me in the video right here.
Yeah.
Proof. You have my absolute permission.
Can you address YouTube real quick?
We've been talking about, like, when we talk about the future of FM Rager, one of the things we've talked about is, like, let's do a 3-hour format where we, like, play music as well. I don't know if you're a fan of the Best Show, but we're, like, really into the Best Show and, like, how they do things. And so I would love to talk to you in the future sometime about, like, trying to get some music and play music on the show. I think that'd be really cool.
No, absolutely. During quarantine, I was trying to. There was a rise of people on Facebook doing music review shows. Where like people could send in their music that they were making, and then everyone would kind of just listen to it together, and then the people hosting would like talk about it, like what they liked and blah blah blah, what they didn't. It was mostly hip hop and rap, and so I would send my things in, and it's very different, and so people would be like, what is this?
And here's the latest alternative track.
Yeah, exactly. And so I
it's
wanted
called
to do a show.
Hypnothigomelanistic Psycho.
You're insulting Sean. Learn how to pronounce it.
I
No, it's
can't
funny.
read.
But yeah, I wanted to do one, but I just never got into it.
Okay.
I get busy doing other things.
Yeah.
You're a man about town.
Yeah, you got a lot of
speaking
projects.
doing a lot of things, you have a podcast as well. I don't know the title of the podcast.
I have 4 podcasts.
So I don't know the title of 4 of your podcasts.
You got one more than me, brother.
I'm in season 3 right now, and I'll try to get y'all into season 4.
Please.
It starts off, so I sit down with my guests, and it's a 2-hour long session, which I pay $15 an hour for. So you get $30 for that session. And then we start off with mic check, where we literally just check the mic, and you say a fun fact about yourself. That's it. First podcast.
Okay.
The next podcast is called Sound and Silence, where I interview you about sounds and music, and then I prompt you to make some sounds. And then in the post edit, I remove the dialogue and I use your sounds to make an original track.
Cool.
Which is a lot of fun. That's one of the most popular of the podcasts. Then the next one is called The Last Podcast, where we interview each other who, what, when, where, why, or how was the last anything. Like, when was your last show? Or how was your last burger? You know, it could be anything. And then the last one, which is the most popular of the podcasts, is called Inner and Outer Reality, In Reality and Outside, where we go outside and we just talk about life, the universe, and everything. And essentially, that ties into my thesis on what I call the funk.
What is the funk?
So the funk is essentially, for anyone and everyone listening, what reality exists within and what existence is constructed of. And so to showcase that visually, there is a philosophical concept called a holon. And a holon is something that is a whole within itself, but a part of something greater. So my fist would be a holon to my body, as it's a whole within itself, but it's a part of my body. Mm-hmm. My body is a holon to this room, as I'm a part of this room. This room is a holon to the house is a holon to the environment. The environment's the holon to the galaxy. What is the galaxy within as a holon itself? That is currently funk. And if that has to be within something itself, because holons are basically an infinite holarchy. They go both ways infinitely. And so all of that stuff that we don't know yet is just called funk. And then it goes the opposite way as well. So my fist is made of molecules. Those molecules are atoms. The atoms are quarks, and then hadrons and bosons, and again, stuff that we don't know yet. Funk. And so we're all this collective experience of funk. And so my treatise is essentially taking all of what we know throughout history, now that we're so connected using technology and information is so accessible. It's collecting that information and using and showcasing how funk guides each and every one of us in every single moment, using what kind of is called Caravana, which would be the frames of reality. So if you take animation as basically picture frames, reality once broken into these frames is Caravana, which is a word that came to me in a dream, which means to fall into truth.
Ooh,
Okay.
very cool.
Sean, are you familiar with Timothy Morton, the Rice professor?
I'm gonna write it down.
He's a philosophy professor, and he wrote a book about on ecology and
Mm-hmm.
But he uses holons as a way to describe like how, hey, when you're hurting the environment, you're hurting yourself, and just trying to paint the environment as a whole of many parts. And so I really liked his approach. But yeah, you should check it out.
No, definitely.
If you don't want to buy his book, let me know. I'll send it to you.
Okay. And my treatise can be found online because it's free information. I want anyone to add to it. And if we continue to add to this information as people and philosophers, eventually we'll expand into the meanings of life.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Where can they read that at your website as well?
Yes,
I'll
that's
put that in
at
the chat.
the School of Funk.
Oh, yes, right, yeah. I'm going to pop that in the chat.
And if
Your
you're
website's
interested,
so exciting.
there are 7 limited edition physical copies
Whoa.
of the June edition, but it is a little outdated as I keep adding to it again.
Yeah. Wow, you're like George Lucas.
I guess, but I'm not trying to capitalize off of all these things
Yeah, of course.
in the way of fame.
Yeah. All right. We are unfortunately at the 50, so we've got to move into our final segment of the show here. So, Sean,
One of my favorite segments.
Well, then sing along, my friend, because it's time to sing.
All right. I want a new plug. Tell us what's going on. Tell us all the stuff you're doing after we sing this song. I absolutely love it when the guests sing along because they're always just like a beat off from us, and it's so funny.
The technical delay. It sounds like cool, slapback reverb.
It may sound bad, but it shows that we've got a fucking following, y'all.
Also, Huey Lewis and the News is one of my favorite bands.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, sorry, don't know what you're talking about. I have gotten a text from a friend before to been like, I fucking hate you. Anytime I listen to Huey Lewis in the News, I sing your dumb little song. I'm like, yeah.
Good.
You mean smart big song?
Yeah.
All right, Sean, what do you have to plug?
All of those projects you can find on allmylinks.com/Sean Penalber. You can find everything there and more. Additionally, monthly, you can find me at Comedy Sports Houston as an official player there.
Nice.
You can find me at Station Theater, either performing or running the front of house there. You can find me at Flight Club Darts Houston, which is a lot of fun. It's like the Top Golf of darts.
Oh, cool.
And it's the best job I ever had, just goofing off and teaching games. All those projects put together. And then in 2028, I intend to run for president. So we'll see where that goes.
All right. Well, I got to hear your platform first, but
that's where the treatise comes in.
All right.
Okay.
I actually would like to talk to you about this.
Yeah, absolutely. But the foundation of running will eventually be, won't you be my neighbor? And I'm trying to use the next 6 years to build up what do we as a society think that I should be doing to better myself, to be a leader, and how to lead this country in the best way to the future.
All right.
I love it.
Are you a Marianne Williamson fan?
I'm going to write it down.
Yeah. Check her out. Check her out for sure. She's definitely like a spiritual philosopher type who ran for president and just got laughed at, but very, very brilliant woman.
Yeah, I don't intend to win, but I do intend to try to do something because that's where I feel directed.
Hell
Great.
yeah.
Well, kudos to you, and I wish you the best. And we'll have you back on in 6 years to talk about your presidential platform.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, well,
I love
It's
that.
sooner than most people get asked back.
yeah, we'll have you back on. Don't worry about that. Ned, do you have anything else to plug, Sean?
I think that's it.
All
yeah,
right.
just check out all my works and be yourself, be creative, go do what you want to do as well. So I can check it out.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Ned, do you have anything to plug?
Yes, Swimwear Department will be playing with my favorite band in the whole frickin' world, Gorilla Toss.
Yes!
on
I'm so excited about that.
October 19th, I think. I should have pulled the flyer before
It's
this.
either the 19th or the 21st.
It's
in
the
that
19th.
week.
It's definitely the 19th. Guys, come out to the secret group October 19th. The Wheel Workers, Swimwear Department, Gorilla Toss. Robbie Bennett will be doing magic. I think there's going to be pizza there. I've heard a lot of things about the show. It's going to be a hoot and a half. But also, yeah, just check out Swimwear Department. We're doing some recording very soon, so we got some new stuff coming out.
Excellent. All right. As for me, I just want to plug once again the Neo Benchy on September 27th at PJ's. And then I'd also like to promote for, again, the September 14th Ye Old Zine Fest Houston Telethon fundraiser benefiting Zine Fest Houston. It'll be 6 to 10 p.m., 4 hours. We'll be doing it here at the house. And we're going to have a calling quest. We're going to have a sketch and rager. We're going to interview some people. It's going to be, I think it's just going to be like a 4-hour Effin rager, but we're going to be on Zine Fest Houston with some very cool Zine Fest Houston programming. Please, please, please tune in. And if you've got time right now, please go to their GoFundMe, which we do not have the link for, but if K Rages is still in the chat, yeah, we'll post that in the chat right now. It's right there. GoFundMe Houston. GoFundMe the fun. Yeah, they're as Maria said in her show, they're very, very blown away by the money they've raised so far. They're very close to getting their goal. Please donate if you can. And if you're waiting for that extra push,
They're doing great.
look,
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
we've done it before on this show and raised a lot of money for people who are hurt by the freeze, but I'll say it now. I am willing to play a very spooky game in VR for the show. Last time I did it, I cried, but we raised, I believe, $1,000.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah, so we'll do it. All right, Sean, do you have any parting words for our chat or our audience?
Yeah. Be yourself. Just be you. From what I understand of reality and life and meaning, what I currently assess as the meaning of life is to just be.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And to just grow from that. So just be yourself, y'all.
All right. Well,
I love y'all. And thanks for having me on.
I'm going to be myself and say, sorry, I forgot to make an end page for the show. Goodbye.